Ian. Professor Ian. May tanong po ako.
Bawal magtanong.
Bawal magtanong para sa akin, pero para sa inyong mga
Pero para sa
pamangking,
ibang tao, pwede.
pwedeng-pwede. Kaya nga, nandito tayo ngayon para sagutin ang mga tanong na yon, di ba, Ian?
Oo, dahil today ay ating community questions.
Yes, the
Tada!
special
No,
episode that we have been
special
building up
episode.
to. Nasasagutin namin
Mm.
lahat ng mga tanong na tatanggap namin doon sa Google form ng Ask Your Lorcan Tito. Kaya para lang alam nyo, pinresent namin ito the in the order na natanggap namin para walang bias. Kung sino nauna, siya din yung nauna namin sasagutin.
Pwede rin natin sabihin random. Hindi naman actually nila alam.
Okay, sige.
Oo, random na lang.
Random.
Or in order.
Yun
Your
nga, in order.
choice. As a viewer, ikaw na lang mamili kung ano dun sa dalawa yung nangyari.
Isipin mo lang, both are true.
At the same time.
Ayan, simulan na natin. Let's go. Ready ka na?
Pero bago tayo magsimula, no?
Okay, sige.
Sa totoo lang, marami pang mga tao na tamad mag-G-forms. Tapos tinanong na nila sa atin directly. No? So parang kesa daw sumali ng raffle, wala na raffle, tanongin na lang diretso.
Pwede ka naman,
sige,
okay lang.
kayo na wala ng prize.
Oo nga, oo nga naman. Pero mukhang gusto lang nila masagot tanong nila, so okay lang yun. Sige.
Oo, baka ang tawag mo nun, time was of the essence.
Time-bound ng kanilang pangangailangan. Yun.
Kaya na agad. Okay. Pero para dun sa mga may gusto ng swag.
Yes, ng swag.
Nandito tayo ngayon.
Yes.
Sige, G na tayo agad. Unang question. No?
Mula kay Nicole.
Pakibasa po.
Ito na, binabasa ko na. Mula kay Nicole, paano po makontento at magpigil gumastos sa cards na di kailangan? At ano po ang basics ng deck building must-haves, nice-to-haves, and can live without? Salamat sa tanong, Nicole. I guess,
ang tanong muna, is kada tanong ba isang raffle?
Hindi.
Hindi siya ganon.
So, hindi to dalawang chances. Isang chance
hindi
lang
to. Isang chance
We consider this as a follow-up question.
Baka kasi isipin ninyo.
Baka fair lang tayo. Okay, sige. Anyway.
So, una na muna. So, BJ, paano ba makontento at pumigil gumastos?
Actually, sa totoo lang naman, ako, in all seriousness, it's all about discipline. Kasi parang halimbawa, aminin na natin, yung hobby na to is magastos. Madami tayong wants, pero madami din tayong needs. And hindi lang sa cards. So kasi, yung right now, siguro, depende rin sa kung nasaan ka sa punto ng buhay mo. For example, kung bata ka pa, single ka pa, o tapos yung disposable income mo na nakukuha mo sa trabaho is kaya mo namang spare na wala kang gaanong ginagastos sa responsibilidad, then go ahead kung ano yung gusto mo, bilhin mo. Pero kung halimbawa, meron ka ng mga binabayaran na rent, meron ka ng inaalaga ang anak, mga ganyan, syempre, ipaprioritize mo yung needs kesa wants. Kasi sabihin naman natin na like, nagjo-joke tayo na sinasabi na, oh, I need that card, diba? But really, this game is a luxury. Ano natin siya? Kailangan natin siya sa ating buhay para maaliw tayo, para hindi tayo mabaliw sa real life. Pero we also have to think about yung real life. Yan din yung magiging natin, parang shall we say harness para hindi ka mag-overboard. So, doon ako nakokontento na parang okay, siguro okay na ako dito sa cards na to kasi mayroon pa ako ibang kailangan paglaanan ng pera ko. Pero kung halimbawa, nakaluwag-luwag, edi bibilin ko siya. Ganun lang naman. Yung moderation. As with anything, moderation. Yan. Ikaw, Ian.
Iba sagot ko dyan.
Okay, sige. Ano sagot mo? Sige.
Dapat hindi makontento, Lord. Hindi naman.
Extreme opposite.
No? Extreme opposite. No? Of course, parang sinabi ni BJ na kung may mga kailangan in real life, syempre real life muna. And I did mention episode 1 natin na ayokong pumasok ulit sa TCG, but here we are, unfortunately, no? At marami na ring nabili. Pero yun nga, not financial advice, but it's very possible that these cards will become things that we could sell in the future. No, but you just have to be aware of how much these costs go up and down. No? Like kunwari ngayon, spoiler season, marami nangyari sa mga Dumbo, no? And then ngayon sobrang pababa na siya ng pababa. No, we were joking over a chat na si Dumbo parang konti na lang mamamatay na, no?
Tama.
But similarly, new cards get printed, prices go up, prices go down. So, kung smart ka with your purchases, pwede ka mag-buy and sell. I think a lot of people also do that, no? Siyempre kaya tayo may mga scalpers in the other TCGs kasi gano'n talaga, pinagkakaperahan talaga siya, but, siguro ang importante na lang diyan is that if you have spare money then why not? Pero kung talagang gipit na kayo, hindi niyo naman kailangan pilitin kung hindi talaga siya, financially feasible. Next tanong
Yung next
is ano ba
tanong ni
yung
Cole.
basics of deck building? Of course, there are always ways for you to to test yung cards kung kailangan ninyo siya or hindi. We have multiple avenues. So you can test online, you can test with people, no? And malalaman ninyo kung ano yung kailangan ninyo o hindi. For casual play, mag-proxy muna kayo before making a purchase. You can also try online para matest niyo kung kailangan ba ninyo or hindi. I know that through testing, I've realized that I've saved a lot of money kasi I would have bought a lot of other cards that I wouldn't have used in real life if given the chance, no? So parang maganda siya on paper to play, pero 'pag linaro mo na siya, hindi pala siya okay, no? So if it's about like decks, of course, looking at online top tier decks or fun decks din kung saan ka masaya, would point you to a direction kung ano yung gusto mong buuin. But para sa akin, boils down to testing. And then dun mo malalaman kung ano yung mga cards that you cannot live without. At least in a competitive standpoint, no? Siyempre collection is another thing.
Yeah, iba 'yun. Ibang usapan 'yun. Ako naman, ako yung ginagawa ko sa deck building. But so that I could determine kung ano yung mga must-haves na is to haves that can live without ko, is I will just make a core 15 cards that will comprise of 4 copies. So kumbaga 15 cards that have 4 copies which will comprise of my 60. Yun yung magiging core ko. And of course, nandyan yung core card mo, yung main strategy mo, kung ano dun yung magpapanalo sa'yo sa tingin mo dun sa deck mo. And then from there, dun ka magtitweak. Siguro, pag nakita mo, dun nga papasok yung testing. Nakita mo, ay, mukhang masyadong madami itong isang card na to, nag-overperform siya or nag-underperform. Dead lang siya sa kamay mo. Sige, pwede ko siyang bawasan. Give me space for other cards. Tapos napapansin mo, ay, natatalo ko sa mga I guess at least nung panahon nung before, nung pre-rotation, na parang, ay, natatalo ako sa mga items. Sige, kailangan ko ng anti-item na tech. Siguro maglagay ako ng dalawa. Mga ganun. Yun yung mga magiging nice to haves mo para meron kang pansagot doon sa mga situations na lagi mo nakikita na napaka-common na encounter mo. And then, after that, yung mga can live without mo, yun yung mga nakita mong, ay, hindi, doon sa testing na, ay, hindi ko pala kailangan to, hindi ko nagagamit. Sobrang konti lang no situations na nagagamit mo siya. Siguro certain matchups lang. Tapos yung mga matchups na yun, hindi mo pa nakikita sa tournament. Then, yun yung mga can live without mo. Like, yung sa akin, sa sarili kong experience, dati akala ko kailangan ko ng item tech. Dahil nga, may mga nakakalaban ako doon sa online na reliant sa items. Pero nung nagpunta na ako sa real life tournaments, dun sa IRL tournaments, wala gaano naga-item. So, hindi ko na nilagay yung item tech na yun and I replaced it with something else that is more apt for that environment. So, I guess yun yung pinaka core advice is build your core deck and then tweak from there na yun nga, a core deck of 15 cards that are 4 copies each. And of course, yung inkable and uninkable ratio mo na yun yung i-watch out mo. Parang 15 for me is high. Although some people might be more comfortable with 15 depende sa builds nila. Pero ako, like personally, sa deck ko, pag 11 yung uninkable ko, medyo nagwa-warning lights na sa brain ko. So, yung ganun yung yun yung process ko dun sa aking basics ng deck building and to identify those must-haves, nice-to-haves, and can live withouts.
We can actually talk about this one in
mahaba to.
in another
Mahaba to.
Pero yun na muna.
Yan na muna siguro. Sana nasagot namin ang tanong mo, Nicole. Salamat ulit sa iyong mga tanong. Next question. Ito naman. Next. Mula kay Mark. Hi, Mark. Mga Lord Cantito, if I'm completely new to TCG po, na alam ko hindi ka new to TCG. What would you recommend? I know naman. What would you recommend for card storage? Pati na rin paano i-sleeve yung cards and if may recommendations kayo regarding deck box, sleeves, and binders. Actually, mukhang mas area of expertise mo to, Ian. Kasi ikaw ang aming custodian ng mga cards.
Dahil OC ako, kailangan ako organize lahat. By trove. By trove. No? But of course, yung mga tao, they have their own ways to store their cards. Just keep them away from light. No? Keep them in an area. Kung kaya rin yung maglagay ng yung mga silica gel para absorb yung
moisture.
Wetness.
Moisture is the essence of wetness.
Moisture. No? Okay, so kung kaya, I do have some silica gel near the troves, no? Kasi naging problem talaga namin yung mga foils na natutuklap. And it's
minsan
it's a common thing.
Pag extreme
molds,
talaga.
not so much.
Pero meron mga pag extreme.
Pero yung pinaka-common dito sa Philippines is yun, nagwa-warp yung mga foils.
Yeah.
Because of the humidity. No? Hindi talaga maiwasan, especially kapag air-conditioned yung room tapos biglang iinit. Hindi maiwasan. So, sleeves, maraming recommendation yung mga tao. I've heard people say na dragon shields. Pero ako personally, I use unicorn shields.
Wow. Not sponsored, by the way.
Pero not sponsored, by the way.
Pero kung gusto nyo mag-sponsor, Dragon Shield. Ano pa ba?
You could also use yung mga unicorn na Lorcana sleeves. Just make sure you have the outer sleeves. No.
Yan.
Ako naman OA. Triple sleeve.
Okay lang naman eh. Actually, maganda rin naman na magkaroon ka ng inner sleeve, then tapos yung middle sleeve mo, yung decorative sleeve na may designs, and then the outer sleeve to protect that design. Okay lang naman yun. Pero yun nga, kung medyo maliit ang kamay mo, medyo mahihirapan ka na mag-shuffle pag tiglalaro. Although, in terms of storage, ako naman, I actually just use yung Trove. Yung Trove na mabibili nyo, actually, it's a good idea din to buy at least one Trove every set. Magandang investment din naman kasi siya kasi meron siyang card separators, may dice, may lore counter, which, some of us na medyo veteran na kind of take for granted. But if you're completely new to the TCG, ang gandang magkaroon nun. Para kasi, yun, at least nafe-feel mo na na-immerse ka dun sa game. Dahil nga official yung mga pinaglalagyan mo. Di ba? Ayun lang yun. Parang for aesthetics din. Pero, in terms of card boxes, like for storage, I just use whatever you can buy from your local game store. Like yung mga Ultimate Guard na malalaki, yung mga siguro mga 200 card na box. Mga ganun, may mga nabibili naman. And there's actually some LGSs that even make their own cardboard storage boxes na pwede mong bilhin. And yun nga, recommendation din ni Ian na kung meron kayong silica gel na nabibili naman sa mga, sa mga retail hardware stores, meron ka mabibili nun isang bag, mura lang yun. Tapos may mga maliliit siyang little baggies na pwede mo lang mag-iwan ka lang ng konting space, tapos ilagay mo lang doon para lang ma-absorb niya yung moisture. Tapos every now and then, ilalabas mo siya para ibilad sa araw, para mawala, para matuyo uli siya and reset. In terms of binders, yung binders naman ako, never have a binder because hindi naman ako nakikipag-trade. Again, si Ian yung nakikipag-trade sa amin. But, kung sa binder naman, kung ano yung kasya sa bag mo. Yun yung...
I guess yung recommendation lang moving forward that makes sense is you buy any binder that you want. No? Iwasan nyo lang yung may ring.
Yun.
Kasi
yun yung mahirap.
Posibleng tatamaan yung cards inyo as you are flipping.
Mm-hmm.
But anything naman, either the official Lorcana binders, whatever binder you have.
Whether
as long as you have storage.
Pocket, diba?
9 pocket, 12 pocket. Ako, I prefer the 12 kasi parang one set kasi yung isang ganun. But I do know yung 9 yung ginagamit to store the puzzle pieces. So, either naman.
9 yung pinaka-common.
Kalaking issue.
Pero yun
but
compact.
Storage, siguro, as a final thing before we proceed is join your weeklies to get the storage from box, from the weeklies, no?
Tsaka yung pamimigay
na
natin
tayong
mamaya.
pa-prize. Isang ganun. No?
Yan.
Na worth 1K.
Actually, 600 na lang chinek ko.
Okay, fine. But still.
Baka lang ma-temper yung expectations ng mga pamangking kat Illuminisas at Illuminefuse natin.
Baka 1K kasi may pagbukas mo sa, there's 400 pesos.
Wag yung ipag-ako yun. Legally liable.
Para siyang Schrodinger's cat. Hindi mo alam. Meron o wala. Malalaman na lang natin.
Yes.
So, ayun yung mga recommendations namin.
Thank you, Mark.
Not sponsored, by the way.
Yeah,
but
not
anyway.
Sponsored. Thank you very much, Mark. Okay, next question. Okay, from Rodrigo. Are there any mechanics in other card games that you want to see in Lorcana? Meron akong sagot dito actually. Pero yun ya, problema sa kanya, nasagot na siya.
Sige, pakiulit na lang.
Okay.
Mabilis.
Hindi, kasi yung dati, before it came out, before Whispers of the Veil came out, gusto ko makakita ng parang implementation nila ng Kicker/Echo. And I think they did that in Boost. If you're not familiar, sa Magic the Gathering noon, there is this mechanic called Echo sa Urza block na you pay for. It's a creature that is cheaper generally for its stats. Pero once you put it in play, sa next upkeep, babayaran mo uli yung yung cost niya. Kumbaga, in-installment mo. And I think Boost offers a similar thing. And I like that implementation na parang, although it does it one better na imbes na you already have the creature, pwede mong piliin yung installment na bayaran siya later or on the same turn para magkaroon ng mas magandang implementation of that character. So yun. And yun yung gusto kong makita noon. Pero nung lumabas na, okay, sige. They already kind of sated that that need for me. So I actually like to see the implementation of Boost and how it can affect the game moving forward. So, Ian.
Ako naman, I have actually 2.
Okay. Sige.
One is thematic and one is functional. No? Actually, yung mechanical na mechanic, meron na.
Which is?
But they took it away. That makes me sad and angry. Hindi ko alam angry. Meron na kasi dati. Tinanggal nila.
Ano yun?
It's the quote-unquote sliver mechanic.
Okay.
So, yung sliver mechanic is kapag mas marami ka, of this type of character, nag-share sila
Yung
ng
abilities.
mga skills among themselves. So we had that with
Sino? Ay,
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Flotsam. Tama.
So si Flotsam, nagbibigay siya ng skills kay Jetsam. Si Jetsam, nagbibigay siya ng skills kay Flotsam. And then yung bagong Flotsam and Jetsam does not have that anymore. That's why I'm kind of like, what? Sayang.
Yun nga,
No, ito
nawala.
na nga yung sliver mechanic eh. No? So it's more about they removed it and I hope that they bring it back in some way or form.
Pero di ba, meron dyan sa Stabbington Brother. Yung Stabbington Brother is kind of like that.
Not 100% sure. No. Kung meron man, then okay, fine.
Pero parang, I guess you want a more broad application of it. Yun yung kasi ito, parang napaka-specific niya for Flotsam, Jetsam, Stabbington Brother. But what if there was...
Dapat nga yung mga dwarves.
Yun nga, yung mga, yung mga dwarves.
Yung mga dwarves would have been great, would have been great slivers. No? And the other one is thematic. I think this mechanic is also present in Pokemon. No, and in Magic na rin siguro is if you have specific items that you attach to characters.
Attachment.
Kasi siyempre sa mga Disney, meron din silang mga items, diba? We of course we have items. Pero parang hiwalay siya from the character. Diba?
Okay.
Like in Sword in the Stone, usually dapat pag in-attach mo siya kay Arthur, mas okay, diba? Or yung Maurice's machine, pag nakaano kay Maurice,
okay, sige.
A little bit of theme there, no, na may mga extra bonuses siya when they're attached to certain characters tied to items that they actually use in the movies. So yung Rose ni Beast, diba? Some things like that. No.
Okay, sige. Actually, maganda nga yan kasi thematically, they are the ones that are more poised to do it. Actually,
syempre yung item may effect siya pero mas malakas siya kapag naka-attach siya to the character that actually uses it.
Legend of the Five Rings dati, dalas gawin yan. That if it's,
The L5 also had some similar mechanics.
Kasi sobrang tied ng mechanics sa lore. And I think, yun nga, Lorcana has that same potential to tie the mechanics to the lore. Okay.
We might see it down the road.
Siguro.
Okay, say
hopefully.
next.
Okay, next. Thank you, Rod. Okay, question number 4. Ooh, loaded. Sige. Lagi ko ito naririnig sa guides. This is from JC, by the way. Salamat, JC. Lagi ko ito naririnig sa guides, podcasts, and decklist. What is tempo and card advantage? Okay. Ako na muna.
Ikaw na muna, BJ. Card advantage.
Simulan ko yung
Ikaw na lang sa card advantage.
Simulan ko yung yung pwede kong i-oversimplify para mabilis yung yung sagot. Mabilis kasi yung sagot sa card advantage. Card advantage is simply having more cards than your opponent, whether in your hand or on the board. Kasi although yung oversimplification niya is parang I have 7 cards in hand and you have 5 cards in hand, I have card advantage. Kaya nga yung sinasabi ng mga tao like, this card gives you card advantage, it just literally means it gives you a card. So, it either draws you a card unconditionally o kaya, ngayon, kagaya ni Jasmine na conditional na bibigyan ka niya ng isang card sa kamay na parang depende kung may makuha kang ally dun sa top 3 mo. That gives you card advantage kasi binibigyan ka niya ng additional na options. Pero kasi card advantage is not just in the hand. Pwedeng kahit na wala kang kamay, tapos yung kalaban mo may 2 cards in hand, pero yung board mo naman, 5 yung nandun, tapos yung sa kalaban mo, 3 lang. So, may card advantage ka pa din kasi may options ka, especially if those cards do something, like meron silang certain abilities that you can activate or trigger. Meron kang card advantage doon. But, again, in a reductive sense, card advantage simply means having more cards in your hand or having more options. So, yun ang card advantage. Sa tempo, mamaya sasagutin ako, pero gusto ko ring marinig ang
card advantage also is the ability for you to gain more cards than your opponent. No? generally kasi in a turn, you just draw one. No, kaya nga Amethyst is a very strong color because it has a lot of card advantage. So you get one card that gets you 2 more, 3 more. So parang kesa yung third card nakuha niya in his third turn, he got it that correct turn. So technically yun nga sabi ni DJ, mas marami ka kasing options the more cards you have. But Tempo is another monster, no? Again, maybe online people will have a better way to explain it, no? But Tempo is simply just you having, of course, advantage over your opponent in resources, board presence, and generally being more efficient with the choices that you make. I think yung pinaka-ano dyan is efficiency. No? So, efficiency defined is you being able to do more with less. So, a character that can challenge multiple other characters. No? Yung minsan tinatawag natin na 2 for 1. No? There are cards that would allow you to kill 2 characters or banish 2 characters. Like si Mulan na Archer.
Yeah. Laking tempo play.
Given the correct shift, di ba? So, magbabanish siya ng isa and has the capability of banishing 2 more. So, for 1 card, 3 yung nawala sa kanya. And that is a tempo play. So, it could also be that yung tempo is you being efficient with your turns. No? So every turn, kumbaga, nagamit mo lahat ng ink mo every turn. So parang walang resource na nasasayang kasi of course, every time you do not expend yung ink, that's a resource that could have been put somewhere but you didn't do it. So parang sayang yung opportunity for you to use that ink. So minsan nakakabagal siya ng tempo kasi kaysa may nangyari, walang nangyari. No? So it's a very difficult concept actually to grasp then. No? But if you would notice, yung mga decks that explain themselves as tempo decks, no, would have a lot of that. So a tempo play during like the earlier days would be Prince John in play, you play a discard. So naka-discard ka na ng isa sa kabila, nag-draw ka pa. Yun. So nabuwasan siya ng isa, ikaw nag-gain. So the tempo is there.
Ayun. Dagdag ko lang kasi yung example na yun, that is an example of proactive tempo. Kasi yan yung kumukuha ka ng advantage. Pero meron din isang concept pa na tawag is reactive tempo na mas pervasive siya sa card games kagaya ng Magic the Gathering na meron tayong mga interaction in between interaction that happens even out of turn ng isang player. Pero dito, sticking to Lorcana, reactive tempo is anything that happens that you do that would give your opponent a disadvantage. Di ba yung proactive is binibigyan mo yung sarili mo ng advantage, pero yung reactive is tinatanggalan mo ng advantage yung opponent mo. So, one best example of this in an early game scenarios, for example, it's a matchup against Amber Steel Aggro. Lumabas si Rhino. Nauna siya. So, on the play Amber Steel, you know that that's gonna be a steamroller that's kind of unstoppable if you don't do anything. Pero pag finire the cannons mo on your turn, yung Rhino niya, tapos hindi na niya mababa yung shift Rhino, you just took tempo from your opponent. Binigyan mo siya ng disadvantage and they have to think of another way for theirs to do their second turn. Sure, nawalan ka ng first turn technically dahil fire the cannons will cost you one ink. But at least you stalled them from getting that really early advantage. So that is reactive tempo. You're taking tempo away from your opponent kasi yung tempo naman talaga, if it's strictly defined, is the pace of the game. And both of the players are wrestling for control of that pace. So kung yung aggro, napapabagal mo, you're taking tempo away from them. And kung aggro ka naman, and then na i-impose mo yung game plan mo at tuloy-tuloy ka lang, you're building tempo for yourself. So that is the one of the other ways that you can view tempo, is that yung pace is na ikaw yung nagko-control ng pace. Ikaw yung nakakakuha ng control ng pace ng game. Kung gusto mo siyang pabagalin, papabagalin mo. Kung gusto mo siyang pabilisin, papabilisin mo. Okay, sana nasagot
Marami
namin
pang
na. Oh,
example,
dami.
pero
Isang buong episode to
ano,
pag tempo. Grabe.
mahaba. No.
Mahabang
So
mahaba.
parang, just to add, kasi alam ko medyo late na ito into the
Yeah.
into the meta, no? Pero one tempo play would be against Blurpol. They would have a character in play, tapos second turn they would do a sail, and then third turn they would play a meme elephant. So after nilang mag-ramp, babarilin mo yung ng cannons yung character in play so that they don't have a character to bounce. So yung fourth turn na bababa dapat si Madam Mim, hindi siya nangyari. And they would have to do something else. So nakaano siya, parang na-prevent niyo siya from actually doing the thing that they would want. But just again, to add.
Yeah, you took tempo from them.
Oo.
Thank you very much, JC. Oh, si Jasen. Okay. Jasen, ang tanong ni Jasen, anong set po ba ang lalaroin sa DLC sa Pilipinas sa darating na May to June 2026? Worth it ba na magsimula na magbuo ng deck ngayon kahit yun ang main goal mo na salihan? Sige.
So to answer the first one.
First one muna.
It will most likely be set 11.
Winter Spell.
Winter Spell. No.
May mga konting
Tapos
spoilers na din doon.
Yung second question is, of course, buo ka lang ng deck na gusto mong buuin. It's very early to tell what the meta will be. Set 11, no? But maybe just get cards as much as you can. Have a pool of cards to prepare because you'll never know kung ano yung mga gagamitin sa future. No? So kapag mahilig ka mag-speculation buy, which we do, ako ginagawa ko siya, na parang what cards do I think will be okay in the next set. So binibili ko habang mura. It could be na walang mangyayari. It could be na sobrang daming changes na mangyayari. Like Tiana was a speculation buy.
That paid off.
That paid off. So, mura lang yung bili ko ng mga Tianas. Well, actually, set 6 pa lang. 3 na sila. But the fourth one, I got it right before nag-spike. So, yun. Sulit yun. Pero parang, mahirap rin eh. If you have extra money, like kung sabi, kung may extra money ka,
pero
speculation buy.
Observe mo na lang din yung meta, di ba? How it evolves.
Minsan kasi pag nag-announce na, mahirap nang bumili kasi during that day, it will spike. So, like yung DLC na promo na Dragonfire, nag-double siya in price once it was announced na na-reprint siya.
Yeah.
So, minsan mahirap malaman. And you should be fast enough during that specific time frame to get the cards. But again, just have a good pool of cards. I think hindi naman magkakaroon ng problema.
Tsaka pwede mo na maasahan yung community. Okay, next. Uy! Kit, hello. Salamat sa tanong. Tips po kung paano ingatan yung mga cards para tumagal ng ilang decades. Hehe, salamat mga Lord Cantito. Hehe! Basahin din natin yung emoji.
Mahirap yung decades. Kasi yung mga decades is hindi mo dapat linalaro yung cards mo.
Dapat
yun lang yun.
Naka-hard case,
top loader.
Naka-top loader, mga ganyan. Tapos
so
they will never see the light of day.
May binders na top loader yung linalagay. So dun mo siya ilalagay. Have them double, triple sleeved in a top loader binder. Put it in a cabinet ng alam mong hindi aanayin, hindi dadagain. No?
At hindi sisikatan ng araw.
At hindi sisikatan ng araw. No. Tapos tignan mo na lang siya after 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Yun.
Pero yun nga, pero if you're meaning it for cards that you play, yun yung mahirap. Mahirap yun. I mean, ano lang naman just do your due diligence na ingatan talaga yung mga cards na ginagamit.
Although may mga tao na naglalaro with top loaders.
Oh, yan. May mga ganun, di ba?
Yeah, especially in Magic Vintage, ganun sila mag-shuffle. Sobrang taas. Because they do have expensive cards. No?
Magkano na ba MOX ngayon?
Again, that's how it is.
Yeah.
No? So kung gusto mo talagang tumagal, dapat effortan mo rin yung yung pagtagal ng cards.
Tiis ganda.
Tiis ganda.
Okay.
Kaya nga ako triple sleeve pero ingat-ingat na rin lang.
Yep.
Okay,
all right, next question. Thank you, Keith. From question 7 from Remo. Lorcan Tito, what's a good way to organize a community to allow ease of trading and selling between players?
Medyo wala pa tayo dyan. Wala pa tayo dyan. But again, to trade, syempre dapat meron kang mga kakilala to trade with. No? Ngayon kasi since we're starting, a lot of people are starting to build their collection. So a lot of the staples are very hard to acquire. Kahit kami nahihirapan na din kami.
Yeah.
No?
Uncommon nga, hirap kami.
Oo nga may mga uncommon na parang buwis buhay pa para makahanap. Uncommon lang yun, no? But selling siguro just be in the GC. And just be always online if you can. Tapos abangan mo lang yung mga nagbebenta.
And I guess you could start grassroots with your local game store, your local game community, lalo na kung IRL. Kasi doon kayo mag-organize na community. Kasi naman there is a way to have a large scale trading trading activity, pero mahirap siyang i-organize. So start small. Tingnan mo kung pwede mo naiyaya mo yung playgroup mo, mag-trade kayo, tapos expand kayo sa iba, and then be active in the community. Lalo na meron naman mga chat tsaka forums, 'di ba? Forums. May forums pa ba ngayon? Mga Facebook group na ngayon. Mga Facebook groups na lang na na pwede kayong mag-trade na specific lang siya for trading. Then you can start with those. Lalo na kung halimbawa localize siya, halimbawa you're all in an area like Pasig or something, tapos madali kayong makapagkita-kita doon or makapag-meet up kahit na online kayo mag-usap, pero pag magta-trade kayo, magkita na lang somewhere, mas madali. Hindi kagaya ng halimbawa national yung scale or regional yung scale, mas mahirap yon. So start small and talk to a lot of people. It will unfortunately require you to talk to a lot of people. So kung introverted ka, medyo mahihirapan ka. Yun na lang.
Yeah, meron ako makakilala na parang gusto nila ng pyesa pero dahil nahiya sila magtanong, hindi talaga sila nakakapili.
So yun, just step out of your comfort zone. And yun nga, so nasa iyo din naman yung initiative to get to know people, get them to trade with you, and create a trading circle or a trading network that you can eventually organize and get together so that mas madali
pero mahirap kasi yan ngayon.
Mahirap siya ngayon.
Ang liit. So it's just not trade for now. I don't think it's trading. It's really just buying. So wala kasi tayo ng mga online na kung meron man, gagastusan mo talaga ng pera.
Yeah.
But for now,
grassroots talaga.
I guess the easiest one is to tambay ka nung buy and sell GC dun sa main group. Isa lang naman yun. So, isa na lang siya. Kasi it used to be 2. Pero na-GG ng Facebook yung isa. So, isa na lang.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you, Remo.
Sige.
And next, this is the last question, I believe.
Yung pinaka-loaded.
From Kat.
It took me a while to get to my answer.
Sige, ikaw na muna kasi ako hirap pa.
Ikaw na muna.
Sige. Kasi ako, nagbabago yan sa akin. Nagbabago yan sa akin. Like, nung pre-rotation, my favorite card was Alice because I just like how she worked mechanically. Syempre, it's the cards that I play. It's 2 lore, nagbibigay siya ng ward and 1 more lore pip, and it's my victory condition. And right now, one of my favorite card is Vincenzo Santorini. Of course, kasi isa siya sa mga core cards ko na ginagamit. So, yun yung nagiging favorite ko. But most favorite Lorcana card ever, if anything, it would be something like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, because it's my favorite ever na Disney movie, Disney franchise. So yun, baka siguro yung inventor na Belle, if it's just about aesthetics and the franchise and the love of the franchise itself. So yun, I think that's what I would say. But that could still change depending on how this game evolves and how more new versions of these wonderful characters come out. So yun yung favorite ko for now, is the Inventor Belle.
Sa akin, I have two.
Okay.
No? So one is yun nga parang a franchise choice, which is the one that I don't own is yung enchanted na morph, na Space Goo. Because it's the
Treasure
cutest
Planet.
enchanted. It's the cutest enchanted ever. Even morph in the movie is like super cool.
Yeah, Morph
But
is
then
adorable.
I thought about it, like syempre, when you say favorite card, it should transcend not just your preferred franchise, no. So ito galing ito from a movie that says okay for me, no. But I realized that I really like the art and I really like the artist. So my favorite card is
Anna.
kita nyo ba?
Yeah.
So it's Anna Braving the
Yeah.
Storm.
Actually, that's
So
a good
this is
card.
the first card ng aking favorite Disney Lorcana artist, which is Maria Dresden. So it would also reflect on my choice of sleeves and my choice of mat.
Yeah.
So pag
Kung nakikita
nakalaro
niyo
ninyo
siya,
ako, oo, lagi ko siyang kinikwento na parang, uy, yung mat ko, yung gumawa niyan, na artist yan. Gumagawa rin ng Lorcana. So I realized
nice.
that I
Good
really liked
choice. Nice.
yung
Excellent
art.
choice.
And I really like the card as well.
Nice.
Okay.
Teka. Meron tayong paborito natin eh. Pareho tayo paborito natin ng card na to. Of all time.
Ano?
Foil na Elsa,
Foil
Snow
na
Queen.
Elsa Snow Queen.
Yan ang aming favorite card pag kaming dalawa. As in, shared favorite namin.
Shared favorite nga
Kasi,
naman. Foil na Elsa Snow Queen.
like you've seen in our previous episodes, that's as we've told in our previous episode, yun ang nagsimula sa amin dito sa Lorcana. And here we are. So, yan.
Habol pa.
Oh, sure. It circles. Lore yan.
Okay na.
Part yet ng Lorcan Tito lore.
Okay. So, hinihintay nun lahat.
Ayun. Okay, tapos na ating mga questions. So,
Raffle
hinihintay na lahat.
time.
Raffle time!
Okay, so just to remind na ito ay totally random at wala siyang kinalaman sa kung gaano kahaba yung sinagot namin sa tanong ninyo.
Yan. Dalawa
Para
yung
lang-
bubunutin natin, ha? Dalawa.
Oo nga pala, dalawa
Tapos
nga pala.
para sigurado na walang bias, nakikita mo yung shuffle button sa tabi ng clear. Pindutin mo yan ng mga random number of times.
Shuffle.
Yan. Okay.
Ayan.
Okay na yan.
ayan.
Tapos, una muna nating ipaparaffle, no? Yung ating, siguro yung box muna. Yung box muna. Oh, sige. Okay, let's go.
Spin the wheel. Paano to?
Ano yan? Ayan, sino?
Oh no!
Oh no!
The person who talked about and asked about storage will now get storage.
Yay! Congratulations, Mark. Ayan, remove Mark and continue.
Kailangan na tanggalin.
Congratulations, Mark. We'll just message you para malaman mo kung paano i-claim ang iyong prize. Yan. Okay, sige. Let's go. Next. Yung t-shirt na.
Yung ating saglit lang nang makita din
Oo.
ng mga
Oo nga,
tao
no,
yung
hindi
ating
ko dinala
prize.
yung box.
So, ito nandito.
Mm.
Ito pa rin yung t-shirt na official Disney.
Mm.
Ay, hindi nakita, pero yan, official. Official
Amo,
Disney.
amoy Amazon, ano pa yan, shipping.
Amoy Amazon shipping pa.
Next. Oh, umiikot ang Tamyolo. Oy, oy, oy,
Okay.
oy,
So,
oy.
si
Si
Nicole
Nicole. Okay.
ang nanalo ng ating
Power
super
line.
great
Yeah.
Powerline shirt.
Nako, pwede
No?
mong gawing kumot yan, Nicole.
Pwede
Laki
mong gawing kumot to.
Dahil XL yan.
Or ipamigay sa ibang tao.
Or, you know, you can style it up, cut it up. Pero sayang, but still. Anyway, ayun.
Kung cut it up.
Oh, bakit? Style. Yeah. Fashion.
Sayang naman.
Ayan. Anyway, yun. Congratulations sa mga nanalo. Si Nicole, Mark will be reaching out to you so that you would know how to claim your prize. Pwedeng ipadala namin sa inyo or magkita lang tayo sa mga events.
Kita na lang.
Yun yung usap na lang tayo. And sa mga, yun nga, sa mga ibang nagtanong, salamat din. At dahil dyan, magkakaroon na tayo
ngayon. May iba pa tayong, we will keep you in the archives. And kapag may iba pa kaming mga giveaway which we have sa mga susunod, pwede naman mag-roll over. Hindi naman siya malaking issue sa amin.
Tapos,
kasi marami rin tayong mga sponsor na nagbibigay ng mga bagay na para sa unang round of giveaways. Ito na muna.
For the second round, tumatanggap na rin po kami ng mga questions. So, ayun, yung ating Google form po na Ask Your Lorcantito. Drop nyo lang po mga tanong nyo para makasali kayo dito sa raffle na to. And next month po ulit, mag-raffle po ulit tayo. Again, salamat. Maraming salamat po sa suporta. Episode 8 na po, na magdadalawang buwan na kami dito sa Lorcantito. At natutuwa kami sa mga feedback din na binibigay nyo sa amin. Kaya this is our way of giving back to you guys. Itong mga raffle na to, yung mga napapanalunan namin sa tournament, yung ibigay namin sa inyo.
Ganun nga yung nangyayari. So, we're grinding for you.
Yes. Ayan. Again, thank you very much, mga pamangkink. Ito po si Lorcantito BJ.
At si Ian.
Oo nga pala. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.